Chat, these are kind of weird videos because they're kind of normie, but I like them. They're just good.
Off an overbooked flight to make room for other passengers.
What are we supposed to do once we're off this plane?
And get this, a flight attendant actually said their kids would be taken away if they didn't surrender their seats.
So there's just going to be a federal offense, and then you and your wife will be in jail, and your kids will be.
Okay. So my kid, so my wife's, we're going to be in jail, and my kids are going to be what?
It's a federal offense if you don't abide by it.
It happened on board a Delta Airlines flight
What?
from Hawaii to Los Angeles. Brian Shear and his wife Brittany were returning from vacation with their infant son and daughter when they were told to give up one of the seats. Brian had actually bought a seat for his teenage son. The teenager took an earlier flight. The family used that seat for their 2-year-old. Apparently, that switch gave the airline an excuse to take the seat back and give it to a standby passenger. A flight attendant actually suggested they take their infant son out of his car seat and sit on mom or dad's lap for the duration of the flight.
It's a red eye. He won't sleep unless he's in his car seat. So otherwise he'd be sitting in my wife's lap, crawling all over the place, and it's not safe.
That's true. Federal authorities strongly urge you to secure your child in a child restraint seat for the duration of your flight. But the flight attendants insisted the seat had to be given up.
There's an option to have you guys all off the flight, or we're going to retrain the whole aircraft.
So we're getting kicked off this plane no matter what now?
It was midnight, and the family was stranded.
I got 2 infants and my wife who have nowhere to stay. There's no more flights. What are we supposed to do, sleep in the airport?
That's kind of weird.
At this point, you guys are on your own.
Yep, she actually said, you guys are on your own. Shear finally agreed to leave the plane.
Well, no
As
shit.
we're leaving the plane, there's 4 or 5 passengers there waiting for our seat. The bottom line is they oversold the flight.
It's the latest unsavory incident on board passenger jets since Dr. David Dow was physically dragged off an overbooked flight. Now a family is threatened with their kids being taken away if they didn't give up their seats.
You and your wife will be in jail, and your kids will be.
Okay.
In a statement, Delta apologized, saying, quote, "We are sorry for what this family experienced. Our team has reached out, and we will be talking with them to better understand what happened and come to a resolution."
Oh, a solution. Thank you, man. Guys, they're so sweet, man. I fucking love Delta, dude. Or whatever the fuck United did, Pug. Guys, they resolved the situation, dude. Can you really get mad at them? Wow. Chat, one more of those.
Another month with my
What is this?
Big changes at the Ellen Show after multiple allegations that it was a toxic place to work. 3 top producers have now, quote, parted
Also, here's something that looks cool.
ways. But the horror stories keep coming. One guest on the show...
Guys, if this is a toxic place to work at, dude, imagine, dude, moderating here, dude.
Inside
they don't talk about their stories here, dude.
Whatever you do, don't be funnier than Ellen. She spoke with Jim Murray.
I need Dana DiMatteo.
This audience member on The Ellen Show is now revealing how she went from thrilled to getting really upset.
You just expect a lot when you go to meet like your idol, and then when you get disappointed, it's like such a letdown.
In 2018, Dana DiMatteo flew from Chicago to Los Angeles and was delighted to be picked out of the audience to have some fun with Ellen. But then she says she was shocked when she was briefed on the comedy bit by the producers.
They tell you, you know, you can't be smarter, funnier than Ellen. She's the comedian and the star, not you.
Ellen's motto is be kind.
Be kind to one another.
But Dana says Ellen was actually the opposite on the day she visited. How does the Ellen we see on TV compare to the Ellen you saw when the camera stopped rolling?
Totally different.
Guys, do you know how hard it is to be more unfunny than Ellen? Dude, yeah, you'd have to stay. Dude, I think doing a blank face and literally not answering questions is probably more fun than whatever she says.
She would only speak to the audience when the cameras were rolling. As soon as they turned the cameras off, she would not even acknowledge the audience. She would just sit on the couch, basically. Even when she exited, she just said what she had to say on camera and then walked off.
Dana appeared in the Make It Rain segment, where guests can be drenched with money or water after they answer trivia questions. Wet and shivering, Dana says she was treated horribly by producers afterwards.
They told us they were gonna give us dry clothes to change into, so they had us like waiting in a hallway by the bathroom. And it's almost like they forgot about us because we were waiting there for a good 45 minutes. And finally and it was freezing cold.
On Monday, Ellen remotely addressed her staff about the current allegations of turning a blind eye to a toxic work environment. She reportedly teared up and apologized, saying she's not perfect and calling the disturbing allegations of the atmosphere on her show heartbreaking. She also responded to rumors that staffers are not allowed to look her directly in the eye, calling them crazy and not true. Former Ellen Show producer Hedda Muscat doesn't buy Ellen's tearful apology.
You can't wake up 17 years later and say, oh, I didn't know, I had no idea. You were part of that. You're the one who knew about it, you witnessed it, you encouraged it.
Warner Brothers also announced a major shakeup at the show. 3 top-level producers are out after staffers accuse them of misconduct. They are Jonathan Norman, Kevin Lehman, and Ed Glavin. A photographer caught up with Kevin Lehman today.
Kevin, do you think you and the other producers deserve to get fired?
He didn't respond, but his attorney calls him an innocent man and popular figure and says he is devastated by being scapegoated. Jonathan Norman has denied all allegations. Ed Glavin has not
in
responded.
the chat.
We reached out to Ellen's representatives and were told they had no comment.
Well, that was a good video. I kind of enjoyed that. Guys, I enjoyed that. That was pretty good. Chat, one last video of this kind of thing. I'm done. Okay, guys, I'm addicted to it, but at this I'm done.
This flight attendant is sharing secrets that airlines
Why should I order coffee? Why
You
not?
might want to think about ordering something other than coffee.
Yeah, I'm a normie, whatever.
We went to Air Hollywood and met up with flight
xQc,
attendant Jamila
xQcL.
Hardwick, who says her colleagues never order warm beverages when they fly.
Why
The
not?
thing about the coffee and the tea is that the pipes are rarely cleaned.
Airlines are only required to disinfect and flush the water tanks 4 times a year. Fine, no coffee. How about Diet Coke? She says flight attendants have an issue with pouring Diet Coke because it fizzes up more than any other soda.
I don't know what it is about the chemistry in Diet Coke and us being 40,000 feet in the air, but by the time it takes us to pour 1 Diet Coke, we could have 3 other drinks poured.
Another secret why you shouldn't ask a flight attendant to help you
Also
store your
tastes
luggage.
like shit.
We do not get paid.
No, she's
until
right.
the boarding
It
door
does do
is
that.
closed. If we put that bag in the bin and we get hurt, we do not get to write it off as an on-job injury.
Next, this dirty little secret about blankets and pillows.
Bring your own. These get washed, but we're not sure how great they get washed, right? Same for the pillows. They will take the lining off the pillow and put a new one, but you still have the pillow that's in there that's dirty.
And speaking
That's pretty
of
bad.
germs, our flight attendant says that everything you've heard about your tray table is true.
Oh my gosh, this is disgusting. When cleaners come on, they don't have time to wipe down every individual tray, so it's best wet ones. Please bring them on. Please clean off your trays before you put anything on here.
An airline industry spokesperson tells Inside Edition the safety of passengers is the #1 priority, and that includes providing clean drinking water and cabins. Finally, this flight attendant says a little kindness goes a long way.
We are more likely to help you find a better seat if you're
Cap.
nice to us.
And maybe get an extra drink or something?
Maybe an extra drink or 2.
All right. Next. Hey, XQc, watch this.